Hi. My name is Mishaël. So Mishaël, you can call me, or Lopes. I'm Lopes Cardozo for my last name. My Spanish is muy carajo, so sorry that I'm not fluent in Spanish. I'm practicing, but it's still not up to date. So if you have problems with the English, we can also have a translator to basically help you guys out. Apparently we're gonna do flow drills. I heard there's like a lot of different levels of people starting just now and maybe more advanced, or maybe some stuff is very easy for you, I don't know. Would also be applicable, I guess, to a lightsaber. Maybe not fontag, which is basically putting your sword on your shoulder, because that would be very smoky and probably smell like barbecue. So anyway, so the positions, that in the historical manuscripts where we fight with is of course like a position where you go from the roof, which is above 45 degrees, and a waiting position, which is basically called albear, which is a defense position where you basically lower your weapon. Everybody I've seen already knows the ox, on both sides, but they have a function. There's a reason, and most people, they stand in this position because it looks cool, but it actually has a very specific function. And of course, the plow position, which is the point on the adversary. So we can go very fast through those positions. So there's a position also on the side. Everybody knows this one, but in the historical manuscripts, you don't see it much. So mostly it will be on the shoulder, which would be like, in this case, just above your shoulder, and with your elbows tucked in. So that's already the first trick. Because a lot of lightsaber guys and historical fencers, I see them and they put the elbows outwards. But the elbows, just like with a weapon, contemporary weapon, has to be inwards, because your triceps have to go in the direction of your enemy. So you get like fast explosion power when you're here, and you just get your acceleration power basically to move and do whatever you want to do. So let's start with that one. So, historical position, maybe new one, is just above your shoulder and your elbows are tucked in. And you got 60% on the front leg and 40 on the rear. So actually quite a big stance. I think you guys are already doing that a lot, which you do actually better than most historical fencers. So don't be too close, but get a big stance. And important is also the rear foot should never pass the 90 degrees. So never here, and basically not 90, but slightly inwards. Elbows tucked in. And of course you also have it on the other side, which is basically here. And from here, elbows tucked in, and the power when you strike, comes from your ass muscle, your hamstring, and your calf. So historical fencers, they never strike and stab at the same time. The weapon goes slightly faster than the stab. So the weapon goes first. So you use the energy of your muscles basically to move the sword forwards. And once it's moving forwards, then you basically accelerate to make the extra step, which is kind of difficult, but it's also logic. Because this is the radius of your circle. It's just a circle. This is the center of the circle, this is your radius. And when you strike, the idea is that you strike forwards and not backwards, downwards. Because the sword will go downwards anyway. So if I basically strike, and I want to strike him, and I basically strike down, what a lot of people do, they pull down when they strike. So they basically go here. But then you lose length. Because if I step in from here, and I would make a step, and I go in this cross section, and I would strike down, then this is my reach. But if I would move the sword, the pommel, so the backward, the end of the grip, towards the face instead of down, yeah, you get basically more reach. Yeah, and that saves about 60 centimeters. So these are little tips for when you're sparring and you want to use your reach. So if I step and I strike down, then this is my reach. Yeah, but if I would go forwards like that, then this is my reach. See the difference? So I think that's already maybe a good tip, because if you throw away in sparring, it's a waste of centimeters. Yeah? So let's see if we can do that actually from here, and instead of striking down, so if you see your hand going down, that's historically a bad thing. Yeah? Which would also work because Star Wars a long time ago in a galaxy far away is sort of historical, right? So anyway, historical, hysterical, whatever. So from here, the sword, the hand moves like forwards if you want to attack, not down. So basically from here, combined with the ass, the hamstring and the calf, the sword comes there, and you basically have this arm stretched. And that's where you basically are. Nice. I like it. So let's do a couple of strikes. So you just step forwards, and then we step backwards. So, basic striking. So from here, moving forwards. So first the pommel goes in the direction, and when you go back, the weight is on your front leg. So again, pommel goes, this goes direction face, and then it kind of pivots around. So you have maximum efficiency of the circle. And then of course, it can go down if you want to. So if I attack a Margot from here, it will be moving there, yeah? Which I guess looks already better than going here. It's very small, you don't see the difference, but the difference is 60 centimeters. Up, following the panel, going down, and when you move forwards, the cube moves with you. So now you follow the panel on the side, up to 45 degrees. But not going through the 45 degrees. You stay there, that is the max. And then you have to release it, and you rotate your left hand under your right hand. And now, you do not move the point upwards, but you move the center of the circle upwards. Basically moving up here. So now the point is still in that corner. It moves up in the 90 degrees corner, up till that corner, and it follows the panel on the left. And now you're back on the front panel, and you make the cut. Then you follow here, exactly that line, up to that corner. You release it by moving up here, and raising the center. So it goes from here, 1, 2, and the point is still the corner. Now it goes in this corner up, and you're back to square one. This is how the sword moves. And when you do it like that, really big motion, of course when you spar you can make it smaller, but then it will look also the best on camera. But this is also how in the old days, in medieval times, the sword would move. So you see basically from here, corner, following the panel, down, here, up, 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 down, here, up, there. And that's basically how you move. And then you get like a nice flow and a big rotation. But you have to follow me very carefully, yeah? And it's a little bit of a brain fart. So, you start off again, same. Left leg, forwards. And now you strike, like you're pretending to strike, following the thumb, which is like the long edge. So you pretend to strike from the right with the long edge. But now you move it to the ox. So you switch it. 1, 2. By putting your left hand under your right arm. And now you drop the sword, the point, but you do not drop the hands. The hands stay high. So it's basically from here. 1, keeping the hands high. We call it ox, from the horns of the bull in medieval times. These are horns of the bull. I don't know if anybody told you, but that's where it comes from. Yeah. So from here, 1, dropping the point, passing your head, making the step and the strike, continuing again 45 degrees, and now it's really important to not pass the center, and from here you get a short edge, so basically you unwind like you're surfing, you know, like, I don't know if people ever surfed. So from here it goes outwards and inwards, yeah, like this, like a snapping motion with the short edge. From here, keeping your hands high again, same one as on the right, and making a strike from the left. So that's the first bit. Before we do the second bit, we're gonna go to this one again. So sword on your right shoulder, remember, not the elbows outwards. Why? Because if you have the elbows outwards, your power is here. But that's not where your enemy is. And your arm here is there. Your enemy is there, so keep the elbows tucked in. Yeah, so from here, 1, 2, and you step with the long edge. Now you pass, remember the square, you go here to the corner, and now from here you rotate up, short edge inwards, again to an ox, passing your right ear and striking down. Yeah. If you want to continue, we can do it backwards. Your sword moves here, yeah, and now you push again with your left hand under your right hand, moving up, and you get from the outside inwards back to the ox, and you make the same strike. So if you move forwards and backwards, it starts looking like this. 1 and step, 2 and step, 1 and step, 2 and step. So hands high, hands forwards and low. Hands high, high and forwards and low. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, but this is only 2 strikes, eh? 1 and 2 from the same line. But every line has 4 biomechanical different strikes, which are very prudent or with a sword, because you basically have a cut. Short edge where we did, a long edge, but you have again a short edge like this and a long edge like that. And the difference is between doing this, 1, open, up, open, very long trajectory. You basically create a 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are 4 different strikes, because even the long edge strike, one is from the left and the other one is from the right. And the same one you have from below. Because you can say, okay, short and long, which is only 2. Yeah, so you go 1, 2, 1, 2, but you actually have 4 strikes. You can go like this, which is the long edge, then you have the short edge, then you have the long edge, and then you can do with the thumb grip again the short edge. So you basically get like 1, 2, 3, 4. And the hands stay still, and they basically don't move. So every line has 4 strikes, but you barely see it because the lightsaber is round. And with a long sword, you clearly see it, but the biomechanics stays the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can strike 4 times in a different way through the same line. Now let's see, where are we going to go? So from here, we have short, long, short, long, and now this position, yeah, changes to this position. And you basically move up diagonally, passing your left ear all the way back again to the 45-degree corner, and you strike upwards. So which is a cut from below. if you want to just study this and isolate it, we start from here. So basically from here, it is a short edge. So basically going to the plow position, passing your right ear all the way and moving up, striking, passing again. You see the same rotation going straight down in the cube. Yeah, from here, passing again the cube here until that corner, cutting up on the panel in front of you, passing your left ear back to where you were, again following this path up to this corner and making the cut. So from below it is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. But every time it's a different side of the lightsaber. This is short and this is long.